Hello everyone, and welcome to another very beautiful and a very instructive chess game of Paul Morphy. And in this game, Paul Morphy has the white pieces and his opponent is Paul Journoud. And this game was played in Paris in 1858. So Paul Morphy went to the Europe for competing the best chess players at that time. As the chess champion of the United States, Paul Morphy was representing his country in the Europe. He was playing for the World Chess Championship title. But at that time, being the World Chess Champion was an unofficial title, until Wilhelm Steinitz, of course. So this game is one of the first chess games of Paul Morphy in the Europe in 1858. And also Paul Morphy played one of his very famous chess games at that year in 1858. So it was a very beautiful and a very glorious year for Paul Morphy. So as I told you before, Paul Morphy has the white pieces, and Paul Morphy starts the game with playing e4, c5, the Sicilian defense, d4, c takes on d4, knight to f3, e5, bishop to c4, bishop to e7, c3, d6, queen to b3 by Paul Morphy. Paul Morphy is attacking on f7 and how to defend. Paul Journoud played d takes on c3. If something like knight to h6, then bishop takes knight, g takes on h6, and then bishop takes on f7, that's check. So in this desperate position, Paul Journoud plays a desperate move, and he played d takes on c3, and then Paul Morphy captures the pawn, bishop takes on f7, king to f8, knight takes on c3, and again, once again, as always, Paul Morphy is successfully developing his pieces. We have knight to c6 and then bishop takes on g8, rook takes on g8, and after this move, Paul Morphy castled. And in this position, we can easily say that black's king safety is compromised, and also black is having some development problems. And Paul Morphy's position is looking very comfortable. Paul Journoud played queen to e8, knight to g5, bishop takes on g5, bishop takes bishop, bishop to e6, attacking the queen, knight to d5, blocking the bishop. But Paul Journoud played h6, attacking the bishop. And what would you do in this position if you had the white pieces? Can you guess the next move of Paul Morphy? Paul Morphy played a very important move. Well, Paul Morphy played f4, not moving the bishop. But Paul Journoud played queen to d7, so Paul Journoud sensed the danger, and not capturing the bishop was a good idea. But still black is losing very badly in this position. But let's take it back. If h takes on g5, then f takes on g5, sacrificing the bishop, but also creating a very strong attacking position, opening the f-file, and the king safety is very vulnerable, so how to defend? One of the only logical defense, bishop to f7, but then g6, knight to d8, knight to c7 is a killer move, queen to d7, rook takes on f7, knight takes on f7, rook to f1, king to e7 is the only defense, rook takes on f7, king to d8, knight to e6, check, king to c8, rook takes on d7, king takes rook, queen to b7, check, king takes knight, queen to f7, that's checkmate. So this is what Paul Morphy saw in his mind, and that's why Paul Morphy is intending to sacrifice his bishop, but Paul Journoud didn't capture the bishop and he played queen to d7. But still Paul Morphy has a very good attacking position, so Paul Morphy played f takes on e5, once again opening the deadly f file. Let's check. Journoud played king to e8. And once again, can you guess the next move of Paul Morphy? What would you do in this position? Paul Morphy played knight to c7, that's check. And the only move is queen takes on c7. Paul Journoud captures the knight. And then Paul Morphy played queen takes on e6. And Journoud resigned on the spot. So the possible continuation besides defending with the queen, well, defending with the queen is out of questions because bishop is holding e7. So defending with the knight to e7, then e takes on d6. And if queen to c5, check, also attacking the bishop, king to h1, queen takes on g5, but then rook to f7. And the only defense is king to d8, rook takes on e7. How to defend? Queen to d7, checkmate. The only way, queen takes on e7, queen takes queen, king to c8, queen to c7. That's checkmate. So that's why, after Paul Morphy played queen takes on e6, Paul Journoud had enough and he resigned. And what a beautiful chess game by Paul Morphy. What an instructive, educational, beautiful chess game. So this was one of the first games of Paul Morphy in Paris, in Europe. So it was an epic opening by Paul Morphy, an epic beginning by Paul Morphy in Europe in 1858. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this video, and I hope to see you next time. Take care.